Welcome back, everybody. My name is Winback, and on today's episode, we are going to be playing Leoric in Heroes of the Storm. Our team comps today are going to be Jaina, Vala, Leoric, Anduin, Garrosh versus Maiev, Malfurion, Artanis, Stitches, and Tassadar. As always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe your heart out. I would appreciate it. I'm sure you would appreciate it too, and we'll get into this. If you're at all interested, you can stick around to the end of the video for the end of the two-sentence story at the beginning. I'm sure you're all curious, but we'll talk more about that later. Leoric is going to be one of our biggest percent damage bruisers in the game, and his wave clear... Oh, we're just going right up to the gate, right at the beginning of the game. It's... You know what? If I died there, it would have been fine. Everything would have been fine, because we have our trait, which is called... Undying. Leoric becomes a ghost when he dies and resurrects upon reaching full health. Deals no damage while dead, and our abilities, we're only going to have two of them while we're dead, which is our Q, which is still going to slow people, and our W, which we're going to latch on to people to heal up with and reduce our death timer. Leoric is unique in the fact that he never really goes off of the battlefield. Even when he dies, he's still going to be doing things, and in doing that stuff, he reduces his death timer, which is more important for the character than I think anything else about him. All that being said, the only way to reduce your death timer is going to be your Drain Hope, your W. Turns out the other talents at level 1, even though they do a lot of healing for you while you're alive, they do absolutely nothing for you while you are dead, including... this one down here, Ausane Renewal. Even though you can hit the button while you're a ghost, it does not heal you at all. I mean, I guess technically it does. There's still a little bit of a heal because it tested it, but it doesn't contribute to reducing your death timer in any way, which is really sad, and I think it's a bug that you could still activate that, because you used to be able to do it while you were dead, and it would reduce the death timer, but I think that's just gone. Way back in the day, Leoric used to be able to pick up regen globes while he was dead, and that would help reduce his death timer as well. He had a lot of really cool mechanics that he could use while being dead, and now they've kind of removed that to make him a little bit more competitive, I guess, but seems kind of lame to me, honestly, after testing everything. Anyway, if you're not aware, Leoric's abilities, Q is going to be Skeletal Swing. It is a huge area. We're going to be doing mostly clear with this ability, but turns out if you manage to hit a hero with it, you're going to reduce the cooldown from 12 seconds to half, so 6 seconds. And we are going to get the mana cost back by 50% as well. I really wish you would have just stayed away, Dave. Like, could you just please let me... And then Vala's gonna just vault right in and blast away at the full health Stitches instead of the Artanis with half a fucking fraction of a hit point. It's okay, it's fine. Looks like Dave is going to get body blocked by my reanimating corpse, and we can still contribute to his death in some way. Thank God. Thank God. But anyway, Skeletal Swing. It's our main form of clear. Like I said, you can reduce the cooldown, get the mana cost back. As long as you're hitting heroes with it, super, super useful. Our W is going to be Drain Hope. This is going to be the same for Living Leoric and Dead Leoric. Except Living Leoric gets 20% of his max health back, and Dead Leoric only gets 10% of his max health back. The reason that there's a distinction between those two is that Leoric doesn't have a standard death timer. He's just got a bar that fills up with health while he is dead, and once it hits 100%, he comes back. The game will still tell you that you have cheated death for however many seconds, but basically you're just filling up your health bar again after you've lost it all, which is kind of a cool mechanic when you think about it, but yeah, the only way you can heal yourself back up is with your W, or just standard regeneration. All that being said, the fact that it's 10% is mainly to balance it out, to let it all go. Even though, you know what, I'm not entirely sure. I guess I'd have to look at it, because I don't know if it's 10%, if that's a tooltip error, or if it's actually 20%, because it feels like you come back pretty quick and you only need like 3 or 4 Drain Hopes instead of, what would it be, 10 of them? Not sure what that, oh yeah, right, sorry. This is a ranked game. The Garrosh on our team was being hyper toxic right out of draft, so if you get any weird garbage pings and stupid looking shit in the game, I apologize. Anyway, our E is going to be Wraithwalk. This is going to turn us into a ghost. It's going to make us completely unstoppable, but it's going to plant our body right in the position where it's at. And while we're a ghost, I don't know why you threw my Ev. You killed yourself just there, didn't you? Yep, you sure did. Whew. Anyway, when you're a ghost, you hit the E button again, and your body is going to zap right back up to your ghost position, and you're just going to start walking along from there. You're unstoppable while you are in this form, so if you are about to get Artanis swapped, or Dragon kicked, or literally anything that is going to CC you, and you can see it coming, you just hit the E button, all that stuff is cancelled, and you can walk away with your ghostly skeleton freedom, I guess. It's a really cool ability. There is none other in the game like it. Truly fantastic stuff. And it's going to feed into kind of our later game talents as well. The ability kind of becomes this huge utility for Leoric in team fights, so we'll get into that in a sec. The ults that we're going to pick up for this game specifically are going to be Entomb. We're just going to lock down, create some picks for our team, become the frontliner that we always imagined we could be. Oh my god. They threw it at the exact same angle, so neither of them hit me with just a simple step to the left. It's fucking awesome how easy that is to dodge. And we're trying to turn in our 30 gems all by ourselves here. The enemy team looks absolutely none the wiser while they're trying to kill our night camp. Fantastic. Good stuff. Entomb is going to... It's not going to CC anybody, but it just creates a big box in front of us, just like that, where we miss it on Leoric. Or Malfurion. Leoric? Malfurion. No. Not even the same number of syllables. Still going to kill Stitches. And Artanis, it looks like, even though I whipped my ultimate ability. It's got a 50-second cooldown. I don't really care if I miss it. It's always going to be up when I need it to be. That's just how it works. March of the Black King is cool too, I guess, but it's much more memey, and you have to build your entire character around it. You got to build all the way into your W to make sure that it hits maximum effectiveness at level 20, because that is how you use the ability to carry. I'm not good at it. I very rarely pick it, and I don't think I will start now because I love Entomb. Putting people in a box in that raw glass cage of emotion is just so wonderful. Well, looks like Garrosh is dead. Still trying to stop Maev from going anywhere. I probably could have stopped her from dying there if I just blocked Stitches on the middle of the map, but at the same time, I just didn't feel like dying, so we'll let that go. Jane is doing whatever Jane is doing in the bottom lane, I guess, getting us a fort. I don't think it's necessarily worth it, even to equalize the bottom lanes, but what do I know? I'm just a simple Leoric player. Looks like we have the turn-in again ready to go, assuming everybody can just be about it. Oh, nope. That's not going to work. I don't even need to use the Entomb to kill him, because my team just found him sitting out in the middle of the lane all by himself, and he's going to rip a 90-second cooldown to try and save himself from what is certain death. Bad luck. Bad luck. Okay. I don't know really where my team's going, because I pinged Stitches, but there's Malfurion, I guess. We're just going to box him in, make sure he can't go anywhere, and keep running it down with the friendlies here. Big ring on 2. Gonna hit a huge blizzard on top of that as well. Dave is going down on his Stitches. Yes, I know what I said. So back to the talents then. Since we've beaten our abilities to death, the build is going to be Consume Vitality at level 1 for 2 reasons. It's going to reduce the cooldown by 2 seconds, making it a 10-second cooldown, but when we hit someone, a hero, with our Q, that means it's only on a 5-second cooldown. Nuts. Now, the other part of this ability that makes it so good is the 4% max health that you get back for every hero hit with your Q. Since the area on your Skeletal Swing is so huge, hitting a number of people really isn't very difficult, and getting up to 20% of your health back with one Q is pretty fucking amazing as well. The other talents at this tier are okay, I guess, but you need them for very different things. You use the... I was trying to box him away from Garrosh, and it turns out he wanted to be in the box. I got him away from Anduin, though, which is, I think, more important, probably. Fealty unto Death is fine, I guess, if you want more mana, but if you want mana, just, like, go back or die and return that way. And then Osane Renewal is fine, I guess, but you're just getting health back, and then you're trying to collect globes to reduce that cooldown just to get more health back. Healing isn't really a big deal for Leoric because he does so much of it with his W already. Unless you need added healing on top. Well, yeah, that's just a BM friendly toss in the middle of something that doesn't even matter. We're doing that. Welcome to Stormlake Diamond tier. People here are shitty. It's great. What was I saying? I lose my train of thought a lot. I'm noticing that more and more. It's probably because my brain is old. Right. Level 1 talents. The other two just kind of suck. All the healing that you're going to be doing is from your W. All the everything else that you need is just already baked into your kit. So the other two talents, level 1, don't really make any sense. Ooh, that root is actually going to hit Malfurion, and Stitches is going to pull Garrosh in, killing both Malfurion and himself. Really, I'm dead. I'm not dead. I managed to live. With sub 300 health, we make it out. Back to the build, though, because I'm going to get off track real quick here. Level 4, Kneel Peasants. There is no other talent at this tier. You have to have this talent to be the double-soaking Skeleton King that you are. There is no reason to ever pick either of these ones. Increase the slow. 40%? I guess that's really good. I mean, 60% slow is pretty nuts, but at the same time, killing minions with like 1 Q, just like that, is way too important for what you are as an offlaner. So 60% slow is pretty nuts, though. And the increased range is, I mean, whatever, I guess. Yeah. I don't think that tier is... this tier does not have enough diversity for this character. Level 7, I picked up Willing Vessel, but the more that I read this talent, I do not like it as much as Drain Momentum. It is going to give you more healing, but it is only going to give you 5% more healing while you channel, and an additional 5% once your channel completes for your Drain Hope, your W. So, in its entirety, you're going to get at most 30% of your max health back, at least 25% of your max health back. And you already get 20% back, so it's like, yeah, is 10% really that much more important when you can run faster at the enemy team? When you are using Drain Momentum, you're not slowed anymore when you're using your Drain Hope, and if you complete the channel, you run 30% quicker after that. So, super useful. Having mobility with characters like this is extremely important. Stitches is going to get hit by the Ring of Frost, and everybody else is just kind of running in circles. I think we're all dead here. Vala getting eaten again and picked off in the back. I am doing my best to escape, but something tells me I'm not going to be lucky. Oh, I actually got a friendly toss that wasn't troll or toxic. Isn't that fucking amazing? Gotta try to finish up the bottom, the mid lane here. Get everything cleared out with our huge skeleton mace. It's not gonna be... He's gonna die. He's gonna throw my Evan again. Okay, well, that's an auto attack test at R2. Didn't realize. Just gotta eat that fan of knives and make sure that I die. I am less and less impressed with this game as it goes on. enemy team and my team included. I guess Garrosh lived, but throwing Maiev just seems like a really stupid idea. Mainly because none of our DPS is alive, and I don't know what the fuck you expect me to do to her when she can just do a little hop and scoot right out of there. We're going to go use our body, our ghost, to provide some uninterruptible vision on the enemy team. Nothing we can do to really stop them from doing the boss, but at least my team is aware that they are in fact doing it. And we've now cheated death for 9.2 seconds. 9.02 seconds. Which is fucking... like, I love that little counter. It just makes me feel like I am contributing to myself in the best way. Keeping up a high score, if you will. Boss is going to definitely get the fort. There's nothing that we can really do to stop him. Oh my god, the hook of destiny just pulling your team to their doom. Even if you can hook, it's not necessarily that you need to hook. We're still having our way in the back here. We're probably still dead. Yep, Maiev's going to pull us to death. But at the same time, all of our DPS is going to live. Garrosh is going to walk away. And my death timer is going to be nice and short. Because I can follow the enemy team around. And they're going to be living on our side of the map at this point. We're still closer to level 20 than they are. Which is going to be nice for us. But back to the build itself. Ominous Wraith and Royal Focus are going to be our 13 and 16. These two talents synergize so incredibly well together that there is really no picking one without the other. Ominous Wraith is going to, when you go into your Wraith form with your Wraith Walk, anytime that you come in contact with another character with your Ghost, you are going to lose, or they are going to lose 50% of their damage. Now, the duration is, oof. He tried so hard with that helping hand. He really did. The duration of your Wraith Walk is doubled during this time too. So you're going to reduce damage by 50%, and you can walk around all spookily for that much longer, making it that much easier to reduce everybody's damage. The caveat to this is that when it couples with your 16, you're basically going to be using the two abilities to, well, you're going to be using your E and your Q to reset each other to create more damage reduction and more damage, essentially, for your Skeletal Swing. So, Royal Focus, what it's going to do is anytime that you use your Wraith Walk, you are going to get an empowered Q. It's going to deal 50% more damage, and any characters that you hit with the ability are going to reduce the cooldown of your Wraith Walk by 7 seconds. So imagine hitting two people with that empowered Q, and you have the cooldown back for your Wraith Walk, which means you can spook right into the enemy team once again, reduce all their damage by half for 4 seconds once again, and then slap them with another big Q at the end of that. And then the Q cooldown's only 5 seconds because we're hitting heroes. It's pretty nuts. So those two abilities are what make the most competitive, efficient Leoric players good. But all that being said, we're going to tie a nice little bow on it with the Buried Alive talent for our Entomb. What that's going to do is silence everybody in the box and do a little bit of damage. Does reduce the duration of the Entomb by 1 second, but if you manage to catch someone like a Maiev or a Zeratul or anybody with movement abilities in the box at level 20, they basically just die because they can't use any of their abilities. Look at Maiev hanging out right up in the top there over Garrosh. That's hilarious. I love it. Yeah, but Entomb becomes the huge pick ability that it really was. Everyone else was okay? Yeah. Everyone else, whatever. If you're gonna be a toxic shit, I mean, at least just don't do it with yourself. You don't have to be vocal about it in chat. Anyway, here's the talents again. Consume Vitality, Kneel Peasant's Willing Vessel, Entomb, Ominous Wraith, Royal Focus, and Buried Alive. You can see with this build, we're built to make picks happen. We're built to reduce damage. We are a utility offlaner who can clear like a fucking madman and make big plays happen for the rest of our team. Obviously, we can kill people too when the time calls for it, but it's not our primary objective with the character. That's going to be it for today, though. Stick around. We've got the end. And then we'll be back tomorrow with some more spooky stuff, hopefully. And we'll keep the theme going for the month of Spooktober. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you later.